Some Knowledge podcast. It's dance time. Okay. Oh, wow. What a time to be alive,
What a
James.
time.
We're back
Yay.
in the studio.
In the studio.
We've got props.
Yep.
And you're real.
I am. Hang on, let me just...
Oh. You're not a hologram.
No.
Yeah, I'm
here.
very disappointed
here.
in that.
We're on a bed.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes us look more relaxed.
I'm not relaxed. I'm tense.
Oh.
I'm very nervous.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. We're here. It's okay.
No, it's just the look in your eye.
It's the same look I have all the time.
I know. I know. Well, James, since
Yeah.
we're back, I guess this is a perfect time to drop more knowledge.
Yes.
I'm ready to learn.
You ready to learn?
I'm ready to learn. We're back in class. No Zoom class.
No, that's it. Zoom class is done.
We're in term 3. Is it
Yep.
semester or term on the mainland?
It's term.
Term? Cool. I didn't know if that was an American.
I mean, semesters, it's semester 1 and 2. So it's the first half and the second half. But the terms are in quarters.
You've lost me.
Sorry.
What are we learning about?
Well, you're ready to learn. Are you guys ready to learn? I know I'm ready to teach you.
Wait, James, they didn't say anything back. You ready to learn? That's so
That's
lame.
what I thought.
No,
That's what I
yeah,
thought.
I'm not either.
Silence. No.
Go on.
Right, so here we go.
All right.
Josh, did you know
Yeah.
that nights are pretty cool?
I sleep through most of them, James, so no, I have absolutely no
I
idea.
don't sleep.
Oh my God.
No, I do. It's fine. No, knights, as in knights in shining armor, as in the silent K.
You got me.
Oh, well, see, there it is.
I got
But
you.
I really like, I love knights in shining armor. I love the medieval style of movies and TV and all this sort of
Yes.
stuff. Like I actually watched a TV series not that long ago called Nightfall, which is all about the knights that went off and found the Holy Grail and all this sort of stuff. It
You
was
can just
actually
watch that
really
in
cool.
Indiana Jones, I think.
Yeah, I really could. Actually, you know what?
Sean Connery
we
did
should
it.
do that after.
Watch Indiana Jones.
yeah.
All of them,
Like all in one go.
except the 4th.
Except for there's a fourth one. Wink.
Ooh.
A wink.
We can watch it up until the rocks
Yeah,
start spinning
yeah.
because it was actually alright until then. I
It's
found.
true.
But I haven't really revisited it for a long
But
time.
anyway,
Oh, sorry.
we digress.
Yes.
As we normally do.
Yep.
But we're going to be talking about knights.
Okay.
Knights in Shining Armour, Knights of the Holy Grail, Knights on the Round Table,
Oh.
that sort of thing.
Was it really round or more of an oblong?
I feel it was a slightly oblongish. Anyway,
We'll never know.
no. But did you know that knights hardly ever worked? Now, we normally think that knights are like, always going to wars.
They were on the Centrelink, is that what you're trying to
Yeah,
tell me?
pretty much. Yeah,
They're on the dole.
Absolutely.
They're on the dole.
They're just chilling out.
Oh, so knights were just Eshays, but
Yeah. Oh, and I'll get to that eventually. Don't you
God,
worry.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know, right? So knights actually hardly ever worked. We expect knights to, they basically swear to a king, swear loyalty to a king or to a lord.
oh,
And then in turn, they're actually given, hundreds of acres of land. They're given servants to do all the dirty work and this sort of thing.
this is back in the age of bartering, where you'd be like 6 goats, please.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
No
So we're
currency.
looking at like 1350.
Oh, I don't remember.
like the day of our Lord, 1350.
Yeah.
But no, we're talking about these guys who we assumed would have to work their butts off for this Lord.
But they did bloody nothing.
No, they did nothing. They were only expected to work 40 days of the year. No more.
What, yeah.
40 days. Can you imagine working 40 days?
Is that just,
and
how do
having
they
a-
know that there's going to be a battle on?
Well, they didn't. And this is the thing.
So what do they do in the 40 days?
They just go, sorry. If they like,
gonna
30
have smoke
on
on it.
day 40, and they've just gone and taken Lord Michael
Oh, yes.
down the shops.
Yep.
And then Lord Stephen turns around and goes, actually, I got a war on.
It's not what their names.
Can you?
It's not what their names.
Says, I got a war on.
Lord Jono.
Sir Frankenfurter. Can you?
What's happening?
I don't know. I just get thinking of names.
You're going to say Frankenstein and wanted to not say that and said Frankenfurter.
Do you know who Frankenfurter is?
No.
No, it's from
thought it was a
Rocky Horror Picture Show. Anyway, Tim Curry, great guy.
Okay.
Anyway, and goes, oi, Sir Frankenfurter, can you come and fight this war? He's like, nah, mate, that's day 41 for me. Can't do it.
Bloody hell.
I got to look after my house. I got servants to push around.
I wonder what Night Smoko was like.
Night Smoko was just sitting under a tree.
Instead of going down and getting like
Yeah.
a pie and a Big M,
Yeah.
you'd go get like a gallbladder and a bag of blood or something to have a drink from the 7-Eleven.
You just went down the local pub and had a pint of mead.
Oh, mead? What's mead?
So mead is honey ale.
Of course you
Look
know.
how much you're learning today already. Unbelievable.
Yeah. It's a lot to take in, James.
Yeah.
Mead.
Sorry. Mead.
Honey ale.
Honey ale.
This is where fruit beers started to come from.
Oh, probably. Just less sour. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all they would need to do. 40 days of work. Nuts.
Oh, slack.
And they get a giant house with servants and hundreds of acres of land.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
Oh, must be nice.
Where they don't have to, have 5%
What's the modern day
deposit.
night sort of job then? Like a school teacher because they get 12 weeks off a year?
Let's go with that, but it's
That's
definitely-
controversial.
It's controversial, but it's definitely not the pay grade that we're talking
Well,
about.
they didn't even get paid the nights.
Well, no, because they already had everything they needed.
Yeah, true. Well, they'd just be like, "Oi, food," and they'd bring
Well,
them
that's
food.
right. Well, that's true. Exactly. It's just like I want my grapes fed to me, please.
Yeah, give me the grapes.
This sort of thing. But we're talking about how knights of the Round Table, knights shining armor, chivalry, right?
chivalry
This is
dead.
they usually. Well, see, here's the thing.
I'm excited.
We usually hear that from internet trolls wearing fedoras, going, "Oh, chivalry's dead." "Oh, chivalry ain't dead," and they try and bring it back and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I've seen you on
always
those
saying
blog sites.
"milady" and tipping their hats.
yes.
Yeah, no, doesn't.
You've got a
sound-
fedora.
I did. I don't have it anymore. It was a grass
talking
one.
about?
That's gone.
Why?
I got a bit older and realized that I wasn't as cool as I thought I was.
I've been telling you that for years.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't believe anybody.
You're a fool. What have you learnt? Believe me.
Well, so, yeah, look, that's your drop some knowledge, and I've just remembered that yeah.
My whole episode, if I ever do one, is just going to be like, "Oh, James, believe me," and stuff, because I know a lot of
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know things about you that you thought were right, but you were wrong.
The highest rated episode of Drops of Knowledge. Which would be sad.
So chivalry. Okay,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
always put the two together when it comes to chivalry with knights and the code of conduct that they follow.
Bro code.
Now I've got it's a group of 10 laws that
Okay.
they kind of follow. So I'll give you some here. Thou shalt believe that the church teaches, and thou shalt observe all its directions.
Did they really talk like that?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's the old
What
English
happened to
sort of
those
style.
words though? Like, why were we like, "Oi, thou," in the bin?
They just put it into Dungeons and Dragons rather than the general lexicon.
Lexicon?
Yeah.
Like the paint color.
I don't know how I didn't put that two together.
Yeah.
Oh dear. You've also got thou shalt defend the church.
Oh, the church.
Mm.
Oh.
So being a very religious sect of religious group of people, a lot of their fighting was done by the will of God.
Oh.
As the king at the stage would have been anointed by God. There was no one above him, only God. And that was the sort of style of their thinking, was very churchy.
Interesting.
Okay. So a lot of that sort of stuff everything was done by the church.
I don't think Eshays believe in
No,
the
I don't
Lord.
think so.
And if they do, I mean, look, all power to you, but it just doesn't seem that way from the
No,
outside.
I don't
that's
think
all
so.
I'm saying.
Thou shalt not recoil before thine enemy.
Oh, like you won't back down.
You won't back down.
That was a good movie.
yeah.
Remember that movie?
Won't back down?
Never back down.
Never back down. Actually, yeah, that was a fighting one, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
the fighting
That was
movie.
really good, actually.
The scene I always remember, shout out to Matt Pennington for this one,
Yeah,
because he
right.
used to froth that movie.
He
and-
jumps on this podcast a lot.
Yeah. And we did have a fight in the backyard. Not actually a real fight.
Right, okay.
But we found boxing gloves and we
Yeah.
started to like just punch each other outside in
Amazing.
the backyard. But the scene we always remember from that, there's a song called Underdog, I think, by a band called 12 Stones,
Yeah, right.
which is a very weird reference that no one will understand.
No, but anyway,
And if you do, I'm so proud of you.
I'll clap.
And the bit where they get the kettlebell,
Yeah.
and he's like doing the kettlebell things, and he
the
taps
tap thing. Yeah,
he
I
taps
tried
on
doing
it.
that once.
How'd it go?
Not really good. I dropped it.
Yeah.
I broke some tiles.
Toes?
Tiles. 'Cause it
Toils?
Toils? No toes. No. My toes are fine. Don't look at them.
I'd say otherwise, mate.
Oh, well.
Spaghetti toes.
I know. Leave me alone.
No.
Anyway, as we were saying, thou shalt love the country in which you wast born.
That sucks if you were born in a country that, you know.
Be loyal to your country.
I'm not going to start calling out countries.
No, just be loyal to your country. Just go be a cool dude, all right?
Yeah, just be a cool dude.
Just be a cool dude. And
did we speak about this in another episode of the podcast? As soon as anyone says cool dude, I think of like grade 6.
Yep.
Right? Yep. And when everyone's first hairstyle as a man was to just have the
spikes.
A
veranda. Yeah.
The porch.
Yeah.
But you'd get the Taft gel, right? And you'd put it in there and it'd just be up like this, Liberty Spike like.
Yeah, very Liberty Spike.
But you'd try and put it everywhere, right?
Yeah,
but you'd always get a big clump in the back somewhere.
Stuck somewhere.
And they'd be like, oh, you've got jizz in your hair. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, that was more pro when you transitioned to wax, when you felt like you were maturing a little bit.
Yeah, no.
But I remember like getting home and you'd have these big, hard clumps of hair with the gel.
Yeah.
And you'd have to wash it out. And putting a comb through it, oh my word.
This is horrible.
Oh my word.
I don't think I've ever combed my hair properly anyway.
No wonder it's all like that.
No, it's just because I'm Greek. My hair's very curly.
Malacca.
Oh, we'll have to get rid of that one in post, I think.
Oh, God.
It's a very rude word.
What does it mean?
Wanker.
Oh, no, it's fine.
It's all right.
Do we have to put a little E on the podcast now?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn it.
No children under the age of 12.
No.
Thou shalt make war against the infidel without cessation and without mercy.
These should be written way easier. Like, just don't give up. You know,
mate.
Just keep fighting till you die or the battle's over.
There are some words in here that I've had to put in brackets because they no longer actually in it.
Go on then.
Well, one of these is thou shalt be generous and give largesse.
What?
It's charity.
Okay. Just say
to everyone.
Yeah.
I had to use synonyms on Word to do that one. That was pretty good.
Look at the research you've done.
Mate, look, some people think I just come in here.
Yeah, I do. Even I do.
Just come in here, waving my things around and going, I know stuff better than you do.
In your back pocket, that's why you got that book, 101 Cool Facts by Andy Griffiths.
Love that book.
It's not a book.
101. Oh, it should be.
The Day My Bum Went Soft.
Great book.
Just disgusting.
Yeah. Just ridiculous.
Just annoying.
Just annoying.
Just.
The book was written about me.
Yeah. It's just annoying.
But there's, thou shalt never lie, and shalt remain faithful to the pledged word.
Oh, okay.
So, your word is your honour.
Do we know what would happen to these knights if they broke?
Well, here's the thing about the commandments of chivalry, Josh. What's funny is chivalry is that the knights would only follow the commandments when it suited them.
These knights sound pretty rogue, if you ask me.
Like,
they don't work.
No.
Right? They're going and getting a gallbladder at 7-Eleven.
Yep.
Right? They're Eshays.
Yep.
And they just do whatever they want until they're like, oi, battle on bar.
Yeah.
And then off they go.
Never Back Down. Great movie.
Yeah. And they're singing 12 Stones.
Exactly. But these are things like we assume that all these knights are like Sir Lancelot, the bravest of the brave, Sir Galahad. All these guys are.
Heath Ledger's really swayed our mind about knights.
Well, that's right. Like they made it's a very romanticized version of knights, where actually
I see right through their lies.
Well, yeah, but actually, really, knights would only really follow those higher or similar sort of status or station.
Status?
Yes. Status.
Data or data?
Castle or castle?
It's not Castle. Nigel Rowe.
I was just going to say, there's only one bloke I know
Castle.
that says Castle.
We've tried to talk to him about this before. I think he knows he's wrong deep down, but he's just not. He's not swapping it over.
He's as stubborn as I am. When I tell you something, you're like, James, you're wrong. I'm like, no, I know I'm wrong, but I'll tell you I'm not.
It's just not Castle.
No. Anyway. So yeah, there's that. So knights live in castles. Castles.
Stop
Sorry.
that.
Sorry.
I'm getting angry.
I know. Can see it. Oh. Your hair starts to go shiny.
What?
like Dragon Ball Z character or something.
Come on. Oh, no.
Okay. Anyway, did you know
No.
that women could actually be knights too? Well, sort of. Sort
What do you
of.
mean, sort of? I was going to say fantastic equality for the top.
So, well, no.
Can't vote, but you can go to battle and die.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly.
Sick.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So it's we all know
We give you freedom, but only the ones we say.
Yeah, that's right. We only about this much,
Yeah. How
But-
we've evolved.
Well, that's it. Like it's hasn't been that long ago that women were allowed to vote, had
Yes.
any equality whatsoever.
To be fair, I hate voting. Just make it in an app.
make it on
the
an app?
Yeah, but like get an app or like on the internet. Why do I have to go down to some creepy primary school or church and wait there at 7 a.m. for 6 days and then just to tick a stupid box of something I don't fully understand?
Is it weird that the room always smells weird too?
It smells like old people.
It smells like old people and
Mothballs.
cardboard.
Yeah, because why do you think it
Everything's
smells
made of
like
cardboard. Yeah, but I know, but I don't know.
I don't know.
There's always that creepy guy that asks for your name and he has to go through that book.
Oh yeah. And they got that huge like.
Why do they have to use a giant like ruler to make sure they get the right one?
Put it on the computer,
Just put it
on the
computer.
internet.
Type my name in,
And I
click
understand.
accept.
I understand that people are like,
We're revolutionizing this.
but it's not though. Like, you could have been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah, I know.
And what do they want? Like, oh, the site will crash because there's too many people going to vote. Give us a month to vote.
Yeah.
Like, they're not changing the candidates last minute, are they?
Can you imagine if we did like what America does, and they have everybody like walking around, and they go to every like town,
Like a
and they
big parade.
spruik themselves?
Yeah, but see, Australian politics is different. This is a side note from the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Australian politics is different because Australian politics is like just old, boring white dudes holding babies being like, I'm going to give people jobs. Yay. And then the opposition would be like, we're going to give people jobs but different and better. Yay. And then that's the press conference. And we're like, that was boring. I can't relate to you at all.
Are you trying to tell me that they should have, and back to knights, they should be doing jousting?
I would watch that.
Did you know that jousting was actually pay to win?
Kevin Rudd v. John Howard. Who's winning that?
Kevin Rudd.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. Like I just said, jousting was pay to win. So you would literally, it was rigged. The whole thing was rigged.
I can't trust anything anymore.
No, like everybody thinks that knights were these cool dudes. No, they're dicks. Right? Like they're just.
This is ruining my childhood.
I know, and I'm going to make it worse for you.
Thanks, mate.
So don't worry.
Appreciate
So like
it.
I said, women could be knights, right?
Okay.
Sort of. The only way they could be knights was if their husbands died. But they weren't really knights. They were expected to take up the mantle of their husband.
Okay.
And they were expected to, go to war, look after the lands, make sure that their peasants were, doing their thing and not running away and all this sort of stuff, not stealing. They still had to pay a tithe. They still had to, walk.
They did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but still had to work the 40 days a year.
Oh,
Like what?
Jeez, must be hard.
Their husband would have
did.
had to do.
yeah.
Just without the whole women are great. No, women stay at home unless we call them. That was the sort of and that was around 1358 that kind of came around.
I mean, if I had the choice,
The year of our Lord.
and this is not saying it was okay.
Uh-huh.
If you were like, you can go and cook, or you can go and fight people with swords.
Yeah.
I'm cooking
Yeah.
because swords hurt.
Yeah, they do.
They're stabby.
But here's another thing: knights didn't necessarily die in battle. They were actually less likely to die in battle.
So what's the point of the battle then?
Well, they would still have to. It's for land, that sort of stuff. Like that's standard, normal stuff.
Yeah, but didn't they have to like if
but
they,
would
don't
go
die,
in. Yeah, but they would go in. But because their armor was so thick and so big
how
and
do they
scary.
know who wins then?
What do you mean?
Well, okay,
They've
so
got banners and stuff, and they fight for their their side.
yes, but like surely that like if you've got two armies going to battle, right?
Yeah.
When you kill everyone else in the other army, then you get their shit.
Usually. But this is like, they lay down your arms, and what would normally happen is knights would be captured, and the knight, like if a peasant was captured, they'd be shot, like they'd be drawn and quartered. No one cares about a peasant.
No.
But with knights, they were actually used as a bartering system to get more money. So they could go to war. Because war costs a lot of money. You have to pay your dudes to do things. You have to, buy armor and weapons and horses and such. So usually what would happen is these groups would go to war, like a lord versus another lord would go to war with their knights, and then it's like, oh wait, hang on, I've got no money.
Damn.
But they just won.
Centreling's not coming in for another 3 days.
No, exactly. I've got nothing, but I've stolen the winner's best knight. I've got him down in my dungeon. I'm gonna get his money. I'm gonna make him pay for his ransom. Oh, great! Now I can go to war again. I got all this money because he paid for his one. This is the sort of thing that happened with these knights. Also, going back with women being knights, they were called lady, and it was only up until, like I said, 1358 that they were actually given the same title
of a knight. So you'd be called like Lady Bethany.
Yeah. Lady Sandra.
Still kind of. That's my mum's name.
I know.
Still kind of sounds fancy though. It sounds like they're maybe above a knight. I'm not saying it's obviously not, but like.
But it's
Lady Cassandra.
See? Very nice.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah.
So yeah, these sorts of things.